Good evening, a very warm welcome to Toga Motorsport GT3 Sprint Season 1. I'm back, if you haven't noticed. We've got qualifying underway. We're going to run through the standings, because this is a penultimate race now at Misano. The championship has been very hard fought over. So what I would like to do is introduce the newest and latest commentator to the comms team. He's an amazing commentator already, so he's going to do absolutely amazing. But I'd like to welcome David.
Yeah, hi. Well, it's me, David. You may or may not know me. Maybe we've raced against each other, because I do quite like to indulge in some racing myself. With that being said, I'd say we get on with qualifying now.
Yes, absolutely. So this is split into three categories. We've got AM, we've got Pro AM, and we've also got Pros. So you'll see all the different colours. I'm sure you guys who've been watching this week in and week out will know this already. It's just in case someone is watching that hasn't. So a big shout out to Toon Death on Twitch for the follow just a couple of minutes ago. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And Sharwin, how are you doing? Best of luck to all drivers. Have fun. Rocky, hello. Thanks. Good luck all. Enjoy the race. Sharwin, I'm doing well. How are you doing, my friend? You're watching this and the Le Mans. I think David is going to be jumping straight back onto watching Le Mans after this race.
Of course. I mean, it is kind of one of the crown jewels of motorsport that you can watch.
That's
Arguably,
true.
this is also one of them.
That is also very true. More motorsport get in my head. I know you need more TVs and monitors, Sharwin, just to watch everything that's going on. Very quickly, we will run through the standings before we start seeing the fast laps coming in. We'll start off with the AMs first. Now, this is the top 10. We've got Romain Bouboir, hopefully I've said that right, in number 1 with 162 points. In second place we've got Andrea Morganella. And our number 3, our very own Casper Olsen, an amazing guy. In fourth position is Sonny Holtzman. In P5 we've got David Dvorak. Number 6 we've got Alessandro Coltrini. Number 7 we've got Pavel Halza. P8 we've got Jack Deluge. P9 we've got, oh my god, I'm so sorry, Przemysław Lease. that's a real, I'm never, yeah, no, poor David's like, oh my god, you're butchering all of these names. And P10.
I mean, it's Polish.
Okay.
Polish.
I'll let you read the names out in future.
Please not the Polish ones.
And in P10 we've got Gilles Vandenbroek, and number 10 with the BMW. Now you'll see some are disqualified already, but that is the position at the moment. In the Pro AM we have got the following. In first place we've got Bartek Razovic. In number 2 we've got Afiyat. Number 3 we've got Robert Krillin. P4 we've got Usama Knani. P5 we've got Tyler Hobson. P6 we've got our very own George Stevens. P7 we have Mark Dejusen. Dear. P8 we've got Adrian Had. P9 we've got Katrikia Gutama. And number 10 we've got Samuel Jair. And that is the Pro AM. We'll go on to the Pro standings now. And we've got Sean Tempest in P1. Second place is Quinn Smith, with third place being Romuald van Nimmen. Our own Elias Fernando in P4. Samuel Brackstad P5. Julian Van Brugge in P6. Gabriel Krepetzi in P7. We've got Stein Donkervolk in P8. Patrick Maciagowski. That doesn't sound right either.
Maciagowski, yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, look at that. I actually managed to brutalise the name properly. And in P10 we've got Nathaniel Fever in PHX. That is your 3 categories of drivers and their standings at the moment. So it's going to be interesting. Papik, you can hear Northern German accent from a mile away from this kid sounding guy.
I am very sure that I am so far away from Northern Germany.
Wait till I turn you up a little bit, just so everyone can hear you. Hello Todd, how you doing? Good to hear you. Good to hear you. Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, so let's get some love in the chat for David here, because he is getting thrown in at the deep end, basically learning as he goes. We've got Elias Fernando currently, who is in P1, and we know Elias is quick and he's in that beloved McLaren that he loves. So yeah, he's at the moment he's racing. He's back.
Yeah, but it kind of if you wouldn't have abandoned that lap, I think he could have gone quicker. He was up 2/10 on that lap alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he could have had another screamer there.
Van Nimmen.
Maybe he ran out of fuel, you know.
It could be, yeah, absolutely. Van Nimmen in P3 at the moment is 3.5 tenths up. Not enough to put him anywhere into P1, but certainly would give him enough for P2 if he can just keep this lap together. He's now 5 tenths up. Great time there. Just watching us come through this.
If we look at the 26, 1.4 seconds up, but I think they invalidated, didn't they?
Yes, they are. In fact, so is Van Nimmen, actually, invalid lap. And is Misano a track you like, David?
Misano's a difficult track.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way. The track limits themselves are sometimes a bit wonky, making for relatively exciting racing, but qualifying might be a pain.
Yeah.
Getting invalidated, especially in the second sector, where you can cut some of the chicanes incredibly well. On some others, you have to like kind of slow down and really respect the track limits.
Absolutely.
It makes for an interesting track.
It's either a love it or hate it. Mank, good evening, good to see you in. Hope you're doing well. Todd, which league series is this? This is the Toga Motorsport GT3 Sprint Season 1. Yeah, thanks, Mank. I just see you there. Oops, Porsche just getting out the way there. Yeah, Van Nimmen not able to capitalise on that lap either, so we see Bruno Battiglin is 5/10 up. Sorry, on you go, David.
On the same thing. I wanted to say the same thing. Apologies there. But looking at the 51, 8/10 up right now, entering the last sector.
Yep.
They might be onto something here.
Stein Donkervolk for the BRT team. Much love to the BRT guys. He is absolutely flying. So that would put him fourth, maybe.
Where would that put? Maybe if you can find just another 10th or two.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, difficult in the last few corners, but definitely possible.
That was either very close to being invalid or was invalid.
The slide on the end, that's gonna cost him.
Yep. A P4.
P4.
Well done, Stein. Well done.
Still 8/10 off the lead.
Yeah. It's quite a gap Elias has got to Krilln at the moment. Just seeing, we've got List down in P13 who's 1 second up. That's going to pop them
It's going
up.
to put them P13.
Oh, no, it's not. Oh, P13.
Oh. He has to find another bit of time there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 8/10 off of his class leader. But I don't think it's impossible for him to find that time.
No, absolutely not. Vorak down in P14 is 1.2 seconds up at the moment in that 227 Porsche.
That would be a huge improvement.
That would certainly put them up near the top of their class. Scrub, well, good to see you in, thank you very much. Scrub saying welcome to the new commentator. Mang didn't notice, sorry, welcome. 1.4, almost 1.5 seconds now, wow.
I mean, it's incredible when you find that much time in one lap, no?
Yeah, absolutely. And
certainly going to be happy about that one.
Especially in the Porsche as well. I don't know how strong the Porsche is around Misano, but he's making it look easy.
I mean, making something look easy in the Porsche is always a challenge.
It certainly is. I'm keeping an eye. Van Nimmen is only 0.05 of a second behind Elias now, and he's 2.5 tenths up. Great lap there for Vorak, P3 for his class. But I think
starting his next flying lap actually.
Yep.
He might be wanting to secure that pole even further after the number 80 car from Van Nimmen got so close to him, and is still improving.
He is, absolutely. Now almost 5 tenths losing now as
he's losing it all.
Got a little bit wide there, and of course a long straight after it, so if you don't get the proper drive out you lose so much time, which we're seeing on the timing sheets now. Jake Husen is 8 tenths up, so he's looking to try and get himself nearer his own class at the moment currently, and just as I say that, he's into P9. He is 5th out of the 5 runners for the Pro-Am.
Yeah. I mean, good on him.
Yeah, Van Nimmen has taken P1.
Not by much, so 2 tenths.
Yep. Elias.
Fernando can easily catch that. I do believe in him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We all know Elias is been a big time racer with Toga, and he is mighty fast in that McLaren. The times that they're doing are 1:33.725, and interestingly, Elias is actually fastest in Sector 1, with Van Nimmen fastest Sector 2 and Sector 3, so clearly is time to get there, but it's not going to be in this lap by the looks of it.
No, most definitely not. But, I mean, they have a few laps remaining. Maybe he can find something there.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Van Nimmen doesn't want to be a slouch and sit there.
No.
Surely he's looking to improve as well.
Yep, absolutely. I'm watching...
Over a... Damn. Sorry?
No, it's okay. I was just going to say, I'm watching Morganella, who is 2/10 up just now, sitting P2 in the series. In fact, he's now almost 5/10 up.
He's finding more and more time here.
Yeah, he
might just take pole for his class, no?
Yeah, absolutely. He's losing a little bit of time now, but if he can just hold it together for this...
Oh, he invalidated.
Oh, he just took
over
too
track
much.
Yeah, and this is the challenge on Misano. You never know when you're gonna invalidate, or if you are going to invalidate, because the track limits are so tight.
Exactly. And can we just say Elias is 3/10 up now? So if he can keep this going, he and Van Nimmen are going to swap places again. Krillin is up as well.
Talking about this, Gripetzi, 4/10 up, trying to set his second valid lap of this qualifying session, I think.
Yep.
Definitely a bit of an outlier here. Maybe it's not his track, maybe it's not his day, but doesn't look like this is going to suit him.
No, as Elias comes round the last corner, taking as much curb as he can, 4/10 up, he is going to take P1. He does, swapping places yet again with Van Nimmen, and Van Nimmen now has just over 2/10 to try and find to knock Elias off of that spot. But you're right, Kripetzi is now, with a valid lap, 1.2 seconds up as he comes round into the last corner.
1.4, he found even more time.
Wow, this will push him up into P10. So as you
Speaking of, Morganella, half a second, or rather 6/10, might go even quicker here.
And if he does, that's going to give him P1 for his class.
And that would be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big
manages
lap.
to stick it.
Yeah, wow. There we go. He is just over 3/10 quicker than Bubur in P9 stroke P2 for his class. It's great seeing these different classifications rather than just having everybody racing in the same kind of race. It's, you know, there's a whole lot of things up for grabs, even if you're sitting in P8 or P9. It's great to see.
Yeah, definitely makes for a more competitive field and for a more fun time to watch.
Yep, absolutely.
Speaking of which, Todd pointed out in the chat that Mercedes, McLaren and Audi is the order of performance on Misano. Interestingly enough, we don't have a single Mercedes on this track.
We don't.
Only McLarens and Audis from this list.
Yeah, we have one Audi who is Krillin in P3 at the moment. Thanks for that, Todd. Appreciate it.
I mean, he is 2/10 clear of P2 in his class.
Yep.
So he does have a point there. The car is fast.
It is, absolutely.
Kripetzi going another second quicker.
Wow. Kripetzi P4. Wow, what a lap. What an absolute...
Oh, sorry.
No, on you go.
At first I thought he was maybe a bit slouching, but I think he was just sandbagging.
Yeah. wait until the very last minute to try and put in a decent lap, but Deluge with the Porsche down in 13th for the AM is unfortunately... Well, no, he is. He's still gaining time. Yep.
I think he's trying to find something that he hasn't found before.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe a different line or a different gear for a different corner, but yeah, he's unfortunately now losing time as he gets onto that straight that is not going to help him. But Nathaniel Fever is in the pits in P3. I wonder if he's going to come back out for another lap, or is he just going to Leave it. Bruno Battaglin is 6/10 up.
7. Oh, he lost a bit of time
He
there
lost a
on
bit
that
of
corner.
time. Yep.
They all seem to struggle on that onto that transition for this long straight.
It's a strange corner because you can take it in so many different lines, and none of them are really the wrong line. It confuses me sometimes, that one, but it's certainly one you need to be patient. You need. Oh, that still looks like a valid lap though. It has lost quite a bit of time, but that's still a valid lap. So Bruno's
still an improvement of 4/10.
Yep, and
now
he's currently P3 for his class. So what's
he just got that really close with the track limits there.
Yeah, that's what you call brushing with death. And he's P2 now, so he's P6 overall, P2 for his class. Well done to Bruno Battaglin. It's great to see him back out in the track again.
Speaking of P1 and P2, our overall P1 P2 are out on track trying to probably get their last outlap in before their last chance at a good lap.
Yep.
Only 2/10 separate those two, and they're both combined 4/10 clear of the next best car. So I think they're kind of looking to only duke it out between themselves.
Yeah. And again, it's the same scenario where Elias is only quickest in Sector 1, and Van Nimmen, who's in P2, is fastest in Sector 2 and 3.
I mean, to be honest, I think either one could take it. They just need to stitch something together. And they should be just about having enough time.
Yep.
As Fernando is about to start his flying lap. And looking to improve. Currently basically doing the same time, only marginally improving.
Yep.
But let's see.
1:33.5, that is a stonking lap around here. So Van Nimmen is just coming into the last couple of corners before he starts his, so he will be the one to have the final say probably.
And yeah, so looking at Fernando, currently 2/10 down, trying to probably looking to gain some time in like Sector 2 or 3. Speaking of Van Nimmen, currently holding his pace pretty well, but also being slightly slower than his personal best. While Tons is improving by 2/10 for now.
He is indeed.
Alright.
So
Fernando slowly coming to the end of the lap. 3/10 down. I don't think he can pull a magic trick here.
No. He can only hope that Van Nimmen doesn't.
And he invalidated!
Oh no. That is qualifying over for Elias then. It's all down to Van Nimmen, who is now into the green. He is improving on his time. It's by 1/10 at the moment, but he's losing time as he's going down this straight. He needs to pull something out of the bag in the last few technical corners here.
He only has to find about the 10th or something in this last sector, and he finds 2! And he invalidates!
Oh my word. Van Nimmen.
Heartbreak for him.
Wow. Donkervolk is the only driver who's improving at the moment. Currently sitting P5 for the Pro Series.
Yeah, looking at Bubor isn't improving either. Only marginally.
Yep.
Not improving though. It must be a shame.
Donkervolk, looks like that BMW is not going to have any effect on him as he comes round. He's now 2.5 up if he can keep. Yeah, okay, it's going to be about 2.5 tenths.
He gets together.
Donkervolk, P6. A very hard fought qualifying session for everybody. I mean, I think this race is going to be very, very tight to call from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, P3 and P4 doing identical laps. P5 and 6 only being separated by 0.005 of a second. And P7 not even 1 times behind them. It's definitely going to be a close one.
It is, absolutely. And Krillin, I mean, hats off to them, P5 overall, but actually mixing it with the pros as well, so amazing to see. But I think Taunts, I think you're right about Taunts and Dyke Hewson, maybe just not their track, maybe just not a favourite of theirs, sitting in between the AM category at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's tough to call.
It is, absolutely. Yeah.
It's an hour race. Anything can happen.
And
So,
pit stops can play a part in it. We know that the exit for Misano for the pits is so excruciatingly long, and then you're flung out almost onto the exit of turn 3 as well. Nimble David, just want to say hello to the new commentator, mate. Enjoy the race. Going to try my best to climb from P14. Go for it. Go for it. Wish you all the luck in the world for your race tonight. Yeah, so...
I mean,
sorry, on you go.
oh no, just want to point out, it is true. Identical laps don't happen that often, but then again, when they're there, they're really exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Because as the driver in front and as a driver that's, well, chasing,
Yep.
you definitely have to feel the heat, you have to feel the pressure there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll do a very quick walkthrough just before the take off. Do you want to read out the standing order while I do the walk past of everybody?
Oh, sure, no problem. Well, in P1, Elias Fernando going with a really strong lap there. Then, Van Nimmen, P2, looking to get really close to him and probably overtake him into T1. Going over Fever in T3, going 4 tenths slower than the other two. But that is probably going to be maybe a bit of a challenge for him, but why not? Always have to have a challenge, you know. Kripetzi, P4. Similar lap times. I think that those two were the same, right?
Yeah.
I don't quite know. I don't have the times in front of me. Krillin, P5. P1 in his class. Looking to probably extend that gap to his class, to his classmates. P6 Don Carvalke, P7 Batteglin, P8 C Junior, and then we have our first amateurs. P1 for amateur, and P9 in the overall. Morgianella, I think. Then Bubor, P2 in class and P10 overall. Then in P11, Tons. P12, Gikhuizen, I think. I don't speak Netherlands. Daluge in P13, Tvorak in P14, and Mr. Liz in P15. Looking to gain some spots there.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well done. That was awesome, and so much better said than what I could say. So, it's a small grid, but there's plenty of battles to go on. So there's a bit of love in there for you. There's Peter Romeo. Good evening. How are you doing, Peter? Sharwin saying good luck to Nimble David, who's in P14 at the moment. Mank waving away as well. So we have one full formation lap. We then have a rolling start at 70 km/h speed limit. If 20% of the grid crash, then it'll be a red flag. It will come up in the game, it'll tell us it's going to be a red flag. The drivers will then return to garage, and we will then, the race will restart with another formation lap and then a rolling start again. And if it happens again, then unfortunately it's tough luck. The drivers will just need to deal with it. There is only one scenario for a red flag in any of the Toga races. It's just standard rules that we go with. Mitchell, good evening. How you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Peter Romeo, still frustrated from yesterday's race. Oh, I didn't hear what happened. Oh, it doesn't sound good, Peter. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to watch. Not just the front two, but you're obviously going to have Krillin, you've got Donkervolk, you've got Bataglin, then you've got Bubar and P9, who's P1 for his class. Then you've got two pro-ams in between everybody in the amateurs. So this is a bit of a mixed bag of a field. Mitchell, yeah, doing very well, thank you. We've got David alongside me in the comms box tonight for his debut Toga commentary.
Yeah. Speaking of which, as this is the penultimate round of the championship, is there any way someone can clinch it tonight?
I think it goes to, normally the last round is double points, so certainly at the moment there's a big gap for the amateurs anyway. At least there's 63 points between P1 and P2, but if I look at scoring, yeah, so it's double points. So P1 will get 40 points, and then it's 5 points less each after that. So double points at the end, yeah, that actually could throw a huge spanner into the works. I don't know where the Audi's going. That's a bit bizarre. He's now going to have to hold to get his position.
Yeah, there's a lot of, he's probably gonna lose a bit of temp in the tires, but maybe that's the plan. Maybe they prefer a bit colder tires, a bit more of a slippery car. Speaking of which, I mean, some people do.
Yeah,
it's a matter of preference.
Yep.
Speaking of preference, I do prefer the start. Anyway.
So we're waiting for the lights to change to green, and we are green.
And we're off.
Racing. We are racing. Just having a look.
Astronaut looking at the back of the grid.
Wow, 3 wide as I come in. Oh, there's a little bit of touch.
There's a lot of touching going on in the back there.
And Elias...
Maybe in the midfield, going 3 wide in the corner, and he's off!
Oh!
He's off the track. He didn't quite catch it, was it? Jake Whitson off the track, went 3 wide into the first corner. I don't know if you saw, but they definitely blocked someone, and then he went off. Oh. Another car off at T2, Donkervolken. I wonder what happened there. I didn't see.
I'm just watching a replay of Dijkhuizen. That's a shame for Donkervolk. He was obviously contending, but he was side by side with the Audi. He got tapped from behind by Bataglin. Yeah, that's...
Oh, someone's off again. I think I saw that at the end of the camera. No, I'm imagining things. My bad. But it can happen, you know.
It can.
My eyes aren't the best.
No, but why let the truth get in the way of a good story is what it's always been said. Van Nimmen all over the back of Elias at the moment, but just not quite able to capitalise. It looks like Liss has had an amazing start, up to P10 from P14, and is right in the middle. He's now P3 for his category at the moment. He is chasing Vorak, who's a second or so ahead of him.
Yeah, but he had a fantastic start, gained 5 places in his first lap.
Amazing.
And another 4 places for Liz, actually.
Yeah.
Really quietly moving up the field. One of the biggest winners of the start, actually.
Oh.
While the biggest loser is probably Donkervolke, losing 7 spots in this first lap. And there's yellow flags with the 69 car and the...
Yeah. Oh, 2 Porsches coming together.
What happened there?
2 Porsches coming together. I think he missed his braking spot. I was Dijkhuizen by the looks of it. Missed his braking spot and just went in a bit hot into the apex. Taunts has passed. Is it Taunts that got past there? Yeah, Taunts got past Liss. So Liss has unfortunately lost 2 places since we looked at them about 30 seconds ago. And Donkervolk coming in. Oh!
Looking at P4. on a live view currently. Only 1/10 between P3 and P4,
Yep.
and only 1/10 between P5 and 6.
Wow.
Also
Donkervolk's
between
got
P8
passless.
and 9.
Donkervolk up to P12 now already, trying to...
But he's fighting back. He's not...
Yeah, he absolutely is.
Oh!
Junior, what's happened to Junior? Oh. Whatever happened, it's not shown as in race control, that's for sure.
Strange. Well, Donkey Walker has his work cut out for him.
Junior's into the pit, so he must have damage.
I wonder what has happened there.
Nathaniel Fever heavily under pressure in that Aston Martin, the only Aston Martin on the grid tonight, and he's got Capezzi for company with a McLaren. But we know that torque of the Aston Martin will keep him going. Mank Morganella kept a good start. Yeah, absolutely. There's a few have lost out and a few have gained. Sharman, everyone's given everything. Yeah, they absolutely are. I'd have to say, Elias is 1.5 seconds ahead. Ooh. And again, that goes back to the corner where it's difficult to understand. Some people take it in a different way than others, and if it could catch you out. Absolutely, Peter. Keeping asking him where it is at the moment.
Yeah.
We have a little look. Morganella in P7, but he's got Vorak and Bubar. Oh my goodness, Bubar had to absolutely
went
come out
wide.
of that. Yeah, I think the Porsche caught him out under braking.
I hate to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, yeah, it looks like Junior's actually... Is Junior disconnected?
I think he had some damage. I don't know.
I think he's actually... I don't see him
Yeah,
on
I
there.
think he disconnected, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe some connection issues. I doubt that he would want to just leave.
Yeah.
But we don't know what happened. He did drive into the pit, so maybe he had a lot of damage and
Yeah.
just thought it wasn't worth it anymore.
Bubar is into the pits as well.
Yeah, Fever kind of fighting to keep Bataglan behind him. Only 4 times separate the two. And
Yep.
they've been at it for like 2 or 3 laps now.
BMW... Sorry, on you go.
Donkey Walker making progress onto Tons at P9. Only 2 tenths now. I mean, he has his work cut out for him.
He does, absolutely. This is damage limitation. Taunts goes very wide there for the exit. Gives a huge bonus to Donkervolk as they come into this bizarre corner that he's got to go. I thought he was going to go for the outside.
He's taking the defensive line. Donkey Walker can't get past him there.
Yep.
And on the long run, it's always kind of risky, especially if you go to the inside. Because of the curb, it can easily upset the car.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I wonder if he wants to try something here or not. Doesn't look like it. He backs off for now.
He's backed off. He's a very sensible driver, Donkervolk. He's not going to do something rash and cause issues.
The P699 Aston Martin off the track, slipping and sliding around. Just kind of underestimated the corner there, it looks like.
Oh, he took a huge amount of curb, and the yellow sausage curbs basically took him out, unsettled the car, threw him up into the air, and Bataglan able just to capitalise on it.
And yeah, that's racing.
Yes,
Capitalize on other people's mistakes and keep yourself clean. Speaking of, Donkervolk not wanting to let off Tons, still being on him. Only 3 tenths between those two. Oh, but he might have a good run here. Yeah, looking to go around
side
the
by
outside of him,
side.
I think it looks like.
Side by side. Who's going to be first to blink? Is Donkervolk going to try? He's sticking it there, but
he's sneaking it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't quite have the run. Tucking back into the slipstream, maybe looking to get him into the next heavy braking zone, which should be coming up. Oh!
That was
almost running into the back of him there.
Now
he definitely didn't expect
he's
that.
got the perfect drive out of that corner. They're now side by side as they come down. But no, the BMW powered engine just keeping that 296 behind him at the moment.
Definitely looks like... I mean, they're still really, really close.
Yeah, they are. There's only a couple of tenths between them. Now I'm just looking to see, is that Vorak who's ahead of them? It is. So
Yes.
they've actually, whilst battling each other, have caught up to the back of Vorak. This could be interesting. A three-way battle for P8.
I mean, possibly more looking behind them. The 777 Ferrari and the 69 Porsche look like they want to gain on that.
Yep.
Running some really good laps, doing some PBs, lapping actually faster.
Yeah.
So they're definitely looking to get in on that action, maybe capitalize on that.
And Van Nimmen in the last lap has got the fastest lap of the race, a 134.215.
Going 3 tenths quicker than P1 Elias Fernando. But they're kind of just driving away there.
Oh, the penalties are now coming in thick and fast at the moment. Let me jump onto the onto see what they are.
Dvorak 5 seconds penalty, getting overtaken by Tons and Donkerwolke, just letting them through, I guess. Not wanting to fight it, not wanting to lose too much time here.
I suppose because they're different classes, they maybe knows not to fight.
I mean, yeah, but wanting to fight for the overall result isn't too much of a hassle.
So here we go. So 10 seconds for car 49. I think, was that junior maybe? For qualifying, etiquette and reckless driving. 10 seconds for car 42 for not holding brakes, causing a collision with car 21. 5 seconds for car 70 for causing a collision with car 49. 5 seconds for car 12 for causing a collision with car 64, and there's a warning for car 87 for contact with car 134. Interesting.
I mean, that's definitely gonna throw him off.
Oh, sorry, right, sorry, cancel. I've been okay, right. I'm not even going to tell you what I was reading there. Right, okay. So this round, Misano, 10 seconds for car 403 for causing a collision with car 51. 10 seconds for car 12 for causing a collision with car 26, 5 seconds for car 227 for push to pass on car 6, and 5 seconds for car 26 for causing a collision with car 69. So those are the penalties, as you can see on the timing boards. Now, the interesting thing is, Bubar, who is actually showing as having pitted and completed the pit, technically, if they've got enough fuel, doesn't need to pit again. But he's got 10 seconds to add on to the end of his race. So, yeah, that's...
Yeah. Speaking of which, like, sorry to interrupt you,
no.
more or less, but having seen this battle between Tons and Donkerwolke, it doesn't look like they want to let off. Going through the inside there, they're still fighting, going through the next corner, and
oh yeah.
Okay, Tons backs off.
Yep, Donkerwolke takes that.
I think he had the room, but I get why you would pull out there.
Yep.
Especially if you have a little bit of a slide, it's just game over for both of you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I mean, it was good pressure from Donkerwolke. He just kept applying it until he could. Hi Dex, how you doing? Matt, how's it going? Good to see he's all in. Yeah, so Bataglan
still did a great job there, keeping him behind.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What about Bataglan?
Bataglan is just under a second now behind that Audi in P4. Bataglan obviously has 10-second penalty to deal with a collision with Donkerwolke on the first lap of the race. So I'm sure Bataglan will be trying to get as far ahead and far up as he can. I hope you're doing well, Matt. He is actually closing in. He's gained a couple of tenths just in that corner alone.
Looking at the front runners here, Van Nimmen reduced the gap to only half a second, or like 6 to 7 tenths. He's probably gonna look to gain even more there. Running the same lap times as Elias there, not really slowing down, but more speeding up. Looks like they're gonna have a fight in the next couple of laps here. Van Nimmen setting the fastest lap of the race, going 4 tenths quicker this lap than Fernando has.
Yeah, I can visibly see the difference now between the two of them. Peter, take care. Enjoy Le Mans. You're doing great. No problem. Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you, Matt. It's appreciated. So, you're absolutely right, David. This is now becoming a battle. I wonder if Elias's tyres, I mean, what they've done, 8 laps? 35 degrees is quite warm, but Misano is just basically a frying pan, so yeah.
But I don't think that his tires have gone off like that bad. They're maybe overheating. I can imagine that they're definitely overheating. Going through, especially this like fast kink on the back straight, definitely can kill your tires there.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we talk about this a lot about pit strategies. You're only 15 minutes away from halfway in the race, so do you then pit earlier if you're stuck behind the car for too long? Look how good he gets behind Elias there, and the hairpin just coming into the last section of corners now.
Looking at P4, Krillin and Bataclan, going at it. Krillin off the track, pushing Krillin wide. What was that?
We're just watching a replay just now.
Like, that region was, I would say it's a bit questionable there.
Yeah.
I don't, maybe he didn't see him?
Maybe, yeah. That's why we're not stewards. We'll let the stewards decide what happens with that one. Vorak is becoming a bit of a cork in the bottle. He's got Liss and Deluge behind him now, down in P10. So this is a battle for P2 and 3 and 4 of the amateur classification. So there's a lot to play for. I thought... Is Krillin given... No. As shown as Nathaniel Fever has just swapped places with Krillin. Ooh.
Why? He did? He did, and he's driving away from him.
Yeah.
He that move happened so quick I didn't even catch that.
I only saw the arrows in race control and I'm like, wait, what? And then
yeah,
just
and
got
then
so confused.
I'm looking. I can't even find the replay. It's bizarre how quickly that happened.
Yeah. Elias heavily under pressure with that brightly coloured BMW right behind him, but Elias is a very good racer. We all know how good he is. He can absorb the pressure and just keep being consistent. Roughly about 5 tenths. It looks like the BMW is maybe stronger in the last sector, or we certainly saw in the timings. Sector 2 and Sector 3 were more Van Nimmen's, and first sector is more of Elias's. So I think this is where we're going to see the concertina effect slightly. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, P7, Mojanella under attack, closing the doors so late on him. Wow. I mean, he's fighting Donkabot like it's his last battle ever.
Yeah. Axel moves over.
Now he lets him go. Will he let Pons go as well? Or he will? He's a good lad about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to interrupt
That's
the battle.
sensible.
Donkabot goes wide.
Yeah.
Maybe not expecting speed there.
Yeah. I think that's very wise, very tactical. If Morganelli's almost 7 seconds ahead of P2 in their class, so he knows he doesn't have to be fighting drivers who are in different classes. I think is the best way of saying it. But the battles, like we basically said, there's battles all over the track at the moment. Ooh, Donkervolk was very, very wide. Taunt still on the back of that 296 at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're just gonna cruise for now, I think. Looking at Dvorak, P10, 11 and 12, going for P2, 3 and 4 of the amateur class, still fighting away. The 69 car kind of trying an overtake, sticking back again. Probably because the Porsche doesn't have the straight line speed as a Ferrari 296 has. Kind of sticking back and probably hoping to make some time up in the last sector. Sliding!
Yep, huge slide, four-wheel slide there.
Yeah, he might have overcooked his ambitions there a tiny bit. Just slid away.
Liss has certainly been in the battles from start to finish, but again, made such a great start and obviously been able to capitalise on a couple of incidents that had happened, but he's still there, he's still fighting away. Van Nimmen now so close to Elias. It's
I mean, he does get closer every now and then, but then they kind of back off again. They lose each other.
yeah,
They've been in this half a second window for a while now.
absolutely. And the more the both of them are fighting, the more the tyres are going to be hurt from that. So again, we'll see who blinks first when it comes to the pit stop strategies.
I mean, they're now only separated by 3 tenths. One of them might be able to edge it out here in the last
Oh,
second.
he has a look!
But I mean, no, for no,
Elias had to move
Nice.
out of that. That was that.
But he's looking for revenge. He's looking to
Yep.
get back at him.
That
Trying
was
to get maybe a bit of a switcheroo going.
yeah.
Not quite.
I mean,
Not quite there yet.
it was a send. It was a send.
It
Elias.
was a send.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a dive bomb. I don't know
Yeah.
how I'm gonna feel about this.
I have my
It was
own
just-
feelings, and I would say, in the spirit of sportsmanship, I would maybe have given Elias his place back.
Sorry to interrupt you
No,
there,
no.
but the P10 Liz going wide there, probably gonna lose the place to
he
Dvorak.
has.
Yes, giving up, going over the sausage curb, slowing down, giving 2 places to Dvorak and Dalug.
He's went from P2 now to P4 in class in one foul swoop. That is that's heartbreaking to see for Liss, but he did the right thing. He made sure he was safe and out the way of anyone, but Donkervolt cannot get rid of Taunts, who's directly behind him. 296 versus BMW yet again.
Oh, Fernando, sorry, again. In P1, Fernando always ran to the back of Van Nimmen there, just kind of taking an awkward line. What? I'm sorry for all interrupting, by the way, but
No.
this is incredible.
Jeez.
This is
wow.
unbelievable. I think he really wants to get that spot back.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see he's flashing his lights. He's
He's angry.
Yeah, he is absolutely angry, and you know, I think he has some right to be angry. But Mitchell, smart moving, focusing on his class rather than overall. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Mank, fair play pulling out after error. You think
Yeah.
it was okay? Okay. And that's why I'm not a steward, because yeah, we're all human. We all see it from different ways, but
Yeah, something I would like to point out a few seconds ago, the number 9 car of Taunts having a bit of a spin there on the kink. Tire's probably getting too hot, having a bit of a moment there. The fight for P10 is on again.
Oh,
This is
goodness.
back up.
Oh my goodness,
Oh, they're close. They're close.
they are so
Nobody
close.
wants to give up that spot
No,
in
absolutely.
the top 10.
So, Mank, it was a bit of a... Some would say Van Nimmen had the opportunity to put his nose in, but Elias had to pull out of the corner altogether, excuse me, to avoid collision. Otherwise, the two of them would have been spun, so that was my take on the incident itself, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, everybody can think and see what they want, you know.
Yep, absolutely.
Personally, I'm always for the faster car has to make the safe overtake. So
Yep, absolutely.
it's a difficult case here, I think. Definitely not for us to judge.
Absolutely no. That's why I'm not a steward. Mitchell, you'd say it's a fair overtake. Yes, it's a bit of a dive bomb, but no contact was made. And you would say Fernando did react a bit too much. He could have turned out less.
I wouldn't be sure about that. Those cars
Yeah.
are pretty big, and you know, with the tires at this stage, they're quite hot.
They
Maybe
are,
if
yeah.
you lose control a tiny bit, or if you over or understeer, it just ends bad, you know.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
ends bad, and it can turn to worse.
Yep.
And nobody wants to see that.
No. Especially when you're fighting for P1. Eli's just holding five tenths behind Van Nimmen at the moment, and the Porsche is first to blink. Dvorak into the pits. Interesting. 37 minutes left to go.
Was close. Was close driving. Not such a big dive. Well, he did kind of park it on the apex there.
It did.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
No, it's like it's really difficult because on one hand, just parking it on the apex and being like, well, that's mine now is somewhat of a fair move sometimes.
Yeah.
But then again, if the other car has to take avoiding action, it gets kind of complicated with like racing etiquette and the rules and whatnot.
Yeah. Absolutely, and everyone is absolutely right to have their own decision about what it was, what it wasn't, and things like that. And these guys are, as much as it's sim racing, they're still racing. They're still drivers who want to be P1, and they still have to try and take a risk when they feel they're able to in a safe manner. So yeah, I'd say that's why we'll leave it to the stewards to do. So Vorak still in the pits at the moment, obviously getting fuel and tyres, which is mandatory, but no pit window in the 60 minutes. So basically you can pit whenever you want. You don't need to wait for the timer to come up. But Van Nimmen not really pulling away from Elias. But not really challenging at the same time.
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of the issue that those two have. They're so close in pace, neither one can really pull away.
Yep.
And they're just constantly in this kind of semi-fighting state where they have to push to like keep the distance or to minimize the distance as a chaser.
Yep.
But like, I don't think they want to fight all the time, but they kind of have to.
Yep.
If one of them stops like fighting, they just lose the spot and they'll never get it back.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It's interesting. Van Nimmen takes a much more shallow line through the fast right-handers, which is obviously a preference that works for him. But I just don't think the McLaren's maybe got enough. Looks like he's getting some dirty air off the back of the BMW as well, which is always obviously affecting his cornering speeds as well.
Definitely. I mean, with only like 8 tenths, there's definitely something like that involved. Like,
yeah.
Like I can't imagine otherwise. Fernando actually did go quicker, but only like half a tenth.
Yep. And they're actually, the two of them both invalid laps, so obviously track limit strikes count as well. So as much as they want to fight and battle, they need to be very careful they don't end up with a stop go 30 or a drive through. That's the last thing that they need. Todd, you don't think McLaren would have went wide, but he chose to avoid a collision. BMW wasn't even close to being fully alongside. BMW was nowhere. BMW wasn't even alongside when he put his nose in, if that makes sense. Mank, Morganella back ahead of Taunts. These two are just swapping positions all the time.
Yeah, I think what really is the crux of the position here is that like the spin that Taunts had, and with pit windows and stuff, I think they're kind of all over the place of each other right now. I don't quite know, did either of them pit yet actually?
No, neither of them have pitted. The only two to pit so far is Buber and Vorak. Everyone else is shown as still been out.
And I guess a spin that Taunts had really cost him there.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a tricky part of the circuit, especially with like the slight bump you have on the curb. We can actually see on Morganella's cam, if we follow him for now, he's gonna come up to that corner soon. Really, you just want to maximize that curb here, but if you just take a tiny bit too much on either the first or the second one, it just flings you out completely, and then you lose control. Either way. So it's definitely a difficult corner, and to save it there is nigh on impossible at those speeds.
Absolutely. And I think obviously with Taunts spinning his tyres, the pressures and the heat will be up through the roof until he can get them cooled down again, and it's very difficult to race competitively and cool your tyres at the same time. Donkervolk into the pits from P8. P7, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great recovery.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
I think he's going to recover some more after this pit stop with fresh tires. Full load of fuel, pushing all the way to the end. Definitely going to be exciting to see where he will end up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dvorak getting a drive-through.
Oh, and Donkervolk's got a drive-through as well. That's
Speed limits are
interesting.
important. Yeah. Well,
So Vorak drive-through must be because of track limits, and
yeah, I can imagine.
oh no, Donkervolk's has disappeared now.
Oh, really? Maybe. Oh,
So he's maybe got a drive-through for track limits just before he's come into the pits, which has then been cleared because he's come into the pits. That's interesting. That's what you call a bit of luck. Oh, Van Nimmen going very wide there.
yeah. Van Nimmen has lost 7 tenths this or like 5 tenths this lap, I think.
I think he's struggling
He's
with
gone
tyres.
wide twice. Yeah. He's gone wide onto the beginning of the long back straight, and now then there. Really just kind of barely hanging on, I think.
Yeah. So Papik says this new commentator is really engaging. Can you carry on after the stream and cover Le Mans as well?
I would love to. I love them all.
We were just talking about Le Mans before we came on, actually. Yeah, I think.
mean, it is the event to talk about next to this one.
Yeah, absolutely. There's quite a lot of big names. I know most of the drivers are big names. You've got like Jenson Button and Kubica. Is he not also racing?
Yes, Kubica is racing. He's racing for the BMW team.
Yeah. This is
I
where...
want to give a small shout out to Kevin Astor while we're on the Le Mans topic, because Kevin Astor lives like 30-40 minutes away from my home.
Oh,
shout out to him.
nice.
I might meet him. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Man. Taunt's now into the pits as well. He'll probably be quite glad to get rid of those tyres.
I mean, who wouldn't be? They've been through the ringer there.
Yep.
Spinning, overheating, going half a race since it's... I wouldn't want to use him.
Papik says Kubica drives for AF Corsa. And he says,
fuck, no. Okay, I mixed it up, my bad.
he says, I'm taking back praise for the new guy.
Well, okay. Look, you can have a minor mistake here and there.
You can always make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes.
Back in the day, he drove for BMW Sauber, so you know.
He did, yes.
It's an old thing in the back of my mind.
It is, exactly.
But that is correct. He's driving the 83. I think it's the yellow 83 Ferrari AF Corsa.
Yeah.
Well, not just AF Corsa because it's not the factory team, but you know, naming conventions and stuff.
Yeah, I know. Krapetzi into the pits as well from P4.
Looking at P8, 2 tenths behind the 69 at the 777 car there.
And he's into the pits, Deluge.
We could have seen a fight there, but
yep.
I guess pitting was more important. You know, fresh rubber.
Yep, absolutely.
Speaking of fresh things, did Bobour get another penalty? I think so, didn't he?
No, that's the penalty he got from the start.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. I just checked back, yeah.
So Krapetzi out of the pits, Deluge, Donkervolk in the pits again?
Maybe damage, I could imagine.
Maybe.
Van Nimmen pulling away
Oh,
from
wait a
Fernando.
minute, sorry, Donkervolk's shown as not having completed a pit. So he hasn't fueled or changed tyres. So he's now on a second pit because of some kind of error. That is now shown as a valid pit stop. Wow. Not a day for Donkervolk.
Yeah, that's gonna cost him for sure. Probably gonna be quite angry or frustrated about that.
Yep.
But it happens. Classic Ferrari strategy moment. Ferrari strategy. My bad.
We go to Plan Z. Plan Z.
Yeah, well. Sometimes you have to go for all the plans, you know.
Yeah. David Nimble, you'll enjoy the rest of the race with you guys. You freaking crashed so mad at yourself right now. Oh, so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Batiglin only 4, trying to lap Donkervolk, it seems like, but not really being close enough. 3 tenths?
Yep.
Maybe he's gonna let him pass there. Yeah, he's gonna let him pass there.
Morganella is now into the pits as well.
pretty solid there.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Elias is not backed off. Maybe Van Nimmen's got a second wind with those tyres, but he's now over a second ahead of that.
I mean, yeah, I wonder how long they both want to extend their stints. We're like way past the halfway mark of this race, and they're not even thinking about pitting, I think.
No.
And Fernando gained like 3 or 4 tenths during the last corner.
Yep. That is, yeah. I think he's still on a charge, but so if you were in Elias's position, would you pit now instead of just chasing the back of the BMW, or would you wait and stay out longer if fuel permitting?
I mean, that's kind of the delicacy we have on hands here. You could obviously stretch out your stint for as long as you can and then do a splash on dash at the end.
Yep.
But I don't know if this is the right call on this track currently. With the high temperatures, with like the amount of running and fighting that they've been doing, and the small lockup and the understeer here and there, I don't quite know if that would be the right or wrong call. Like, it's a complicated issue here.
It is, and there's no right answer. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. It really will come down to who gets the better pit stop at the end of the day. As we see treble 7 of Liss into the pits. Capezzi back out again.
I think Fernando's gaining again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks a
but
bit.
An invalid lap, whereas Van Nimmen is a valid lap. So again, I know not all of the invalid laps count as strikes, but if you're pushing hard, you're not going to want to lift when you nick a track limit.
I mean, you might as well just take the track limit warning in some cases just to gain that little bit of an edge.
Yep, absolutely. Now Battiglin, it looks like Battiglin has just come out behind them.
I mean, he's gonna have front row seats to this.
He is, yeah. And
it looks like Van Nimmen screwed up that first sector somehow.
Oh,
only
wow.
2 tenths behind him and Fernando. He might be looking to do some parking on the apex here.
Oh, it's so close.
And he's gaining. He's still gaining, I think.
This is a corner that Elias always seems to get caught out with the BMW braking. He has got such a better drive out that corner. Now, the problem is BMW torque is just going to pull that BMW all the way down the straight.
Both of them taking quite shallow lines there.
Yep.
I mean, they're definitely scary taking them like that.
There's very, very little... Oh, Van Nimmen looks like he's struggling.
Fernando
Wow.
can't really capitalize on that one, can
Now,
he?
was that Van Nimmen doing a little feint dive to the pit? He moves slightly to the left just
He might be
before.
doing that.
This is...
I mean, yeah, looks like they're really getting onto each other here. Fernando having a way better run into that corner.
Yeah.
Looks like he almost has to back off. Having a bit of a slide there.
He
on
is,
that corner.
yeah. You
That
could hear the tyres protesting as he was on the power there, but a dab of the brakes for Van Nimmen. Better drive out this time. He might be able to keep that gap between them. Currently 5 tenths at the moment, but he's trying to move out the way of giving Elias any kind of aerodynamic tow.
That might actually be to his advantage. He might be getting some cool air for his tires and his brake ducts instead of like the dirty air. Speaking about a comment that we got from Mank, not many can make no mistakes during every lap because of the pressure. Now, that is a good point. There's a lot of pressure, and personally, I like to feel the pressure when I'm racing. You know, it makes you go a bit quicker, makes you a bit more on edge. But of course, it can force you to make mistakes if you're pushing too hard.
Yep.
Which we can kind of see in the lap times. The last lap of Van Nimmen was a 1:35.5, and the one of Fernando was a 1:35.0.
That's a big difference in
Yeah,
times.
so he's definitely feeling it. He doesn't want to give up anything, but it's probably pretty difficult to keep the car in check at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're absolutely right about Splash and Dash. These guys have fueled for the full race pretty much. And again, Fernando getting really close. But obviously, it's a change of tyres as well, so it doesn't matter if it's a Splash and Dash, you still need to change tyres. So it's going to be a minimum of 30 seconds up on the jacks, waiting to get back out again.
Well, if we're speaking like that, sometimes pressure is too much and I have to go to the lavatory. I mean, what can I say? Sometimes it just happens, you know. For for the full immersion, I guess. Oh, Fernando having a bit of a slide there.
Yeah.
Speaking of full immersion, P3, Mr. Fever, is 25 seconds between the leaders. If they're both going to pit, he's gonna inherit the lead.
He is going to inherit the lead, but he still has to pit as well, though. And so does Krillin. Top 4 still yet to pit.
And I don't know about if Klipetzi can make up the time to like catch them.
See, it's interesting because Misano, like I said earlier, the exit of Misano for the pits is horrendously long. Like, yeah, the twists and turns, it's, yeah. So maybe the undercut or overcut works better here. But definitely top 4 still to pit. Elias has lost a bit of time there. He was 5/10 slower in that last lap.
Now the gap is back to a second, or around a second.
Yep. Deluge is catching up with Liss in P10. Again, this battle has been raging on for most of the race. Liss must be sick fed up of seeing that very green and pink Porsche behind him. Oh, he goes very deep into that corner. I hope he wasn't listening to me and I've put him off.
Oh, he lost a lot of time there. Only one time. He's gonna go to the inside. Not really though. Backing off again for this kind of complex of corners.
Oh, he's been very defensive. Oh, he's gonna have a horrible line. Yep.
Oh,
that could be a track limit warning.
I don't know if the Luge has a run though. He's looking for the run. He's looking to park it. No, he's not looking to park it. He's gonna stick back and probably gonna try again on the back straight.
Yep.
Liz probably kind of feeling the pressure, not really knowing what to do here. I think after this slight mistake in the first sector.
And again, he gets a terrible drive out of there.
Yeah, he seems pretty stressed out about it. And the Porsche doesn't have the run though. He doesn't have the top end speed that the Ferrari has, so he's gonna pull away a bit. And they're gonna have to duke it out in the last sector, I think. Taking a bit of a slower line there.
Yeah.
Really carrying as much speed as he could have. Rouge sticking back a bit. Having the better line through that corner though. Sticking so incredibly close to this. Kind of having a bit of a look, but not really wanted to commit. Small wiggle at the end is gonna cost him.
Yep.
But he's definitely gaining.
Yes, and he's huge.
5/10 quicker this lap.
Yeah, he's definitely on the charge at the moment. Again, Liss very awkward out there.
Liss is not feeling it.
No.
He's not feeling it. He's not having any of it.
No.
And now they're mostly almost side by side. Deluge pulling out, not thinking that he has enough space there on the inside, but I think he could have done that.
Oh, Liss, not a good exit at all. Not a good exit. This Porsche is now coming up the inside.
He's gonna have a look.
He's actually backed out of going onto the inside there, so they need to be careful because they've got...
They're gonna have another battle between them.
Exactly.
They're gonna have to let another battle pass. Which, from my experience, I can tell this is horrible. Don't do that. It's not fun.
No, not in the slightest. The bizarre thing is who's behind him. So that's Nathaniel Fever in Aston Martin in P3 and Donkervolk who's in P12. That's behind him. Oh, he he had to pull out of that. Oh my goodness, Deluge. Wow,
Yeah,
I don't know if Liss took an extra break, but that...
No, we're gonna have to check in the replay there. But no.
Oh, he did.
No, it didn't.
No.
Oh.
I don't know. It's certainly under braking that caught out the Porsche driver, which then cost him. Obviously, he's getting lapped by.
And it's gonna toss him track position.
Yeah, absolutely, because Donkervolk is now P11 and chasing Liss. So Deluge being safe and having to pull out of that is now cost him.
Yeah, they're gonna have to take a look at that. It felt incredibly unnatural to brake there, to be honest. Just
Yeah,
from looking, it felt really weird. Not necessarily like a brake shot, but more like he was too scared. He didn't have the traction for the corner.
Yep.
And just trying to like semi back off, but not really. Really weird.
So we actually have a bit of a strange scenario. We've got Van Nimmen and Fernando fighting, but Bruno Battiglin is on the bumper of Elias Fernando. So Bruno is in P7 at the moment, and yeah, is he causing Elias a bit of an issue? Is he trying to get past? He certainly.
I wouldn't think so. It doesn't look like he's trying to get past. No, he's not really trying to get past. He's just kind of looking, kind of checking what's going on here.
Yeah, and again, none of the top four have pitted. 15.5 minutes left of the race. Oh, Liss with all kinds of issues.
Donkervolk trying to look into the inside there.
It's
so tight.
It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong.
Deluge making a comeback.
Oh.
Trying to see if they can capitalize on that one.
Donkervolk surely not, no. I think he was just hanging the car there to see if he can put him under pressure again. Liss really not feeling these tyres just now.
Oh, Deluge having kind of a run there, no?
Yeah.
Backing off again.
Yeah. I think Donkervolk had to pull out of trying to go for Liss in the last corner, and that's cost him drive, which Deluge is then taking advantage of. But wow, what a battle. Deluge again.
Looking, he's right on him.
Wow. Donkervolk really needs to get past Liss because he's got issues with Deluge that he needs. And again, Liss going very, very wide on the exit there. I don't know if he's got wrong tyre pressures, maybe. It just somehow looks as if that car is not easy to drive.
I mean, I'll be honest, in his position, I'd be stressing out. So I think that's probably what's happening. Like, he's fighting two people at once, one not even in his class.
Yep.
And I would feel under pressure, and it's been going on for, what, 10 minutes?
It has, yep.
And he has no breathing room. There was no 2 seconds where you could relax. It's all just so close. Donkervolk maybe having a bit of a look.
Yeah, he is certainly.
Oh.
I think into the right-hand hairpin here, we could maybe have a look. Oh, he gets a bit of horrible dirty air off the back of the 296. Oh, that was so close there. Donkervolk must be able to see the white of the eyes of Liss in front of him.
Looking at P6 and 7, they're also battling
really
closely in Sector 1.
Battiglin's got a drive-through.
Oh no, well...
And he's right on the bumper of Bouboir, who is in P6. That is horrific.
I mean, he has to basically give up this battle now. He can't fight this.
He can't, no. There's more than 3 laps left in this race, so he's going to have to yield. And Donkervolk gets past Liss. Liss gets a horrible... I don't even know.
And Deluge takes this one.
Oh, that was a trade of paint right there. That was... I don't know what happened with Liss there. He got a horrible exit. Oh, he oversteer. Quite a lot of oversteer. Wow. That was so close. That corner is horrible. Try and get the power on as quickly as you can, but...
it looks like his tires are cooked. He can't take the lines anymore.
No,
can
he can't, and he's not getting the proper drive out the exits as well, which is causing him all kinds of issues. But Battiglin into the pits to serve as drive-through. That's unfortunately going to finish his race, basically. These two, so they must be literally waiting on the second or third last lap to pit these 4. They've chosen to basically run along with fuel and they're still on the same tyres they were on at the start of the race. To me, that says that they are very easy on their tyres, these drivers, that they're able to go almost 50 minutes on the same set of tyres.
Yeah, and I mean, their lap times are still more than competitive. They definitely know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Especially like Van Nieuwen and Fernando, lapping like 8/10 clear of P3 and 4. Even lacking a whole second clear of P4.
Yep.
They're not gonna fight anything anytime soon other than themselves.
Yep. And in fact, between the two of them, and between Van Nieuwen and Fernando, there was 0.003 of a second difference. Mank, yeah, fast, consistent lap, smooth, yeah, absolutely. It's a great sign of a driver who can maybe not manage his tyres. You can see Van Nieuwen must be getting very close to track limit warnings. He is really pushing the entrance into the hairpin there with the racing line. Is he going to go for the pits now? Again, he looks like he's faint. Maybe it's just his driving style, but I swear that when he gets close to the pits, he has a feint to the left.
I mean, it could be more than just a tactical thing. Like, kind of trying to bait Fernando to go into the pits, maybe?
That's what I was thinking. Interesting. Man, you can feel
Bataglan fighting for P9 just
with
had a bit of
Donkervolk.
a bad run there, but he's definitely sticking onto him, only 2/10.
Yep.
Going through the last sector now. Let's see who's gonna get the better run onto the start-finish straight.
And don't forget, Donkervolk is pro and Bataglan is pro-am. You can see the lights getting flashed in the BMW. Wow,
I mean,
this is
he
close.
wants to get past him.
He's got
He does have the speed.
Oh, no!
He's sliding all over the place.
No!
And it's over.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, maybe the luge is gonna have a bit of a look now.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate.
There's only a second between them. He might just try to push and get that position.
Yeah, absolutely. It's there for the taking.
Definitely is. He gained a 10th for a short second there. Oh, he wants it. He looks like he wants it bad.
Yep. Great driving from Bataglan. I wonder if the drive-through has cooled his tyres down to where he's having to drive to get pressure back into them again.
I don't think that it's that dramatic, but they've definitely cooled them down. I think he has more grip now than he had before.
Yeah. 1.6 seconds between Elias and Van Nieuwen in P1 and 2. Mitchell, top two have driven almost to perfection till now. They very, very, very rarely put a foot wrong at all. Papik, you suggest test drivers' mentality and add another hour to a race length now. Think it's going to make champions more prestigious? Yeah. I mean, it's a sprint, and we have got Nathaniel Fever from P3 is now into the pits.
Yeah, I mean, they have to stop sometime.
They do, absolutely.
Now is probably the best time to do it. I don't think 1 or 2 more laps on those tires are gonna be a good idea. They're already struggling, so I don't know.
Absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see where Nathaniel comes back out.
I mean, Krillin still has to pit, no?
Yes.
Doesn't he?
Yep. Top 3 have still to pit.
Well, let's see how much the gap is then.
I'm just watching Van Nieuwen to see if he's going to pit in this lap or not.
The gap between Fever and Krillin is about 34 seconds, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, looking at that, it's about 30 seconds. Bit more than that, maybe.
Van Nieuwen stays out.
He might gain that position back on the pits then.
So, Fever has come out right behind Krepetzi in P4. This is a battle for P3 in the class.
Yeah, definitely. And Donkervolk is still more or less hanging on to Tots. They've been going at it for the whole race now as well. They just can't seem to separate each other.
So closely fought, and I mean, I know Bubar has got a 10-second penalty, and he's only 4.5 seconds ahead of Morganella, so he is going to end up.
I think he might have over-gambled that one.
Yeah.
He took the gamble and it didn't play out, but you know, he couldn't have known. There might have been an incident.
Sorry, Bataglin's got another drive-through and is now in the pits to serve that. 2 drive-throughs he's had for what we can only assume is track limits.
Oh, poor him.
So yeah, Bruno, who's battling well, has now suffered yet again for the Misano track limits.
Yeah, well, they catch you out when you least expect them.
Yep, absolutely.
And 6 minutes before the finish, that's pretty unexpected. Donkerwolke kind of running up on onto Bataklin there, I think. Is it? No, it's the 143 car of Tons. Getting really close there.
Yep.
Kind of cozy, and then backing off again. Beaver only 2/10 behind Kripetzi. Fernando into the pits.
Fernando is into the pits.
Looking for an interesting change there. Fever just kind of racing along with Kripetzi there.
Oh, Fever's got a drive-through.
Oh.
Nathaniel with a drive-through. Wow. So close to the end of the race.
I mean, that must be soul crushing now.
Wow. Yeah, that's gonna cause some problems for him. Keep an eye on Elias. He's now coming out of the pits. It looks like Krillin's going to take P2 at the moment. Krillin still has to pit. Thing is, can Elias do a couple of qualifying laps?
I mean, he's over 40 seconds behind.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he repaired some damage, which I don't know if that was worth it. I don't know. I don't think so, except for if Van Niemen also repairs damage, but why would he do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you repair damage so late into the race? I think there was a huge miscalculation.
Yep.
Donka was trying to get past Tons here.
Oh!
Round
the
for
outside.
A late lunge around the outside.
Wow, that was a...
Going for a bit of a switcheroo there, trying to get the run on him on the long straight. Yeah, I can see him. He wants to go to the inside. But he's not quite close enough, I think. Van Niemen in the pits now. Fernando scrambling to make up those 30 seconds of distance between them. While Donkerwolke and Tons just try to keep it on the track and to race each other fairly. Getting a bit of a tight line there, running out wide. Not really wide, but more to perfection.
Oh, Donkerwolke.
Now going a bit right though.
Yeah, Donkerwolke had to get off the power there. But it didn't actually hurt him at all. He's so close to Taunts just now. Well, we do need
Krillin, 5-second penalty, by the way.
Oh. And now that'll
there.
be served at the pit stop. So let's have a look and see. Van Niemen just coming out now.
Still ahead, only 4 seconds though.
Yep.
Can Fernando catch him? Can he do it?
That's quite a gap. So
Donkerwolke going wide, letting Van Niemen through.
That is quite a gap for Elias to try and get within 3 minutes. Let's have a quick look and see what...
Fever and Bubois going at it. Bubois, not Bubois.
5 seconds for car, 21 for causing a collision with treble 7. Which would be Liss. So, yeah. So Krillin, Krillin is only is 31 seconds ahead of Kripetzi at the moment. I don't know if...
I don't think he doesn't have the distance. I think Kripetzi's gonna take P3 here. Shortly.
I'm just looking at the time of the stopped in the pits. I don't think tyres are required in this. I think it's only fuel. Because Elias was 8 seconds, and Van Niemen was 5 seconds stopped. So it must only be fuel. Interesting. So the splash and dash absolutely was spot on there, David.
Oh, well, it's a gamble. Looks
Yeah.
like it paid off.
It absolutely did. Absolutely did. Krillin's still not pitted yet. That's really going to the last. The thing is, he can't guarantee. Oh, he is in the pits now. I've just saw it flag up. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say he couldn't guarantee where we can see on the map where the leader is, but it's a big gamble leaving it to the last 2 minutes of the race.
Yeah. Well, Prepetsi takes P3 with that one, and Donkerwolke and Ton still are going at it. Just like in the beginning of the
I was
race,
just going to say
really wanting to let either one go. Oh well, seems like they're best friends by now.
Yeah. Kept each other company all the way through the 35 laps that they've done so far.
I mean, who wouldn't mind this?
Yeah,
I'd love
exactly.
to have something like this.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he's not really looking like he's gaining right now. They're
No.
just kind of cruising along. And he might go for a late lunge into this last lap here, or the second to last lap, I think.
Yep.
So yeah.
So this will be coming up to the last lap. The leader's just.
He's incredibly close though.
Yep.
Only 2/10
Oh.
behind them. Oh, having a bad exit there, going wide onto the
Deluge's
yellow and black striped curbs.
Deluge's got a drive-through. He's not going to be able to serve that. That's going to be is it 30 seconds it adds on to your time?
I think those are 30 seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are 30 seconds.
So
that
Deluge is going
does
to
put him
last.
P13. Last, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Donker looking for a lunge.
Oh.
Touching, rubbing wheels, but getting the move done.
He did get. Oh, but he's lost it.
No, he's giving.
Oh.
No.
Elias is in the middle of this.
And
so...
he's gonna. He's gonna let Elias pass with that.
Oh my goodness. Elias must have came round the corner and went, what am I looking at here? These two are like hammer and tong at each other.
I mean, in his position, I'd be quite scared to get taken out as well.
Yep.
Looking at how wide he ran, it was just kind of awkward. Ton's losing time for letting Elias pass there, giving Donkerwolke another shot going down the main straight, the back straight. Ooh, tucking into the slipstream. So is Tons. They
BMW.
They don't want to give each other even 2 milliseconds.
Exactly. But the BMW is just driving away from the 296.
He might. Oh, he's
getting
there.
a
Look
big
very
slide.
unsure of himself, sliding around a bit, getting a bit of a bad launch there.
Oh, he's caught.
Oh, Donkerwolke definitely has a better run on him here.
He's compromised
now looking to get
his
onto
line.
this.
Yeah, and there we go.
They are not. This is not gonna happen.
Yep, a huge congratulations to Van Nimmen, and apologies that we're watching the battle going on there, but Elias congratulating him as they finish the race. So yeah, outstanding race from start to finish, not just at the very top either. That's, yeah, hats off to everyone who raced there. There was some great battles. There was some
controversy.
Controversy, yeah, that's probably the best way of describing it. Controversy.
Pripyat crossing the line as third.
And Deluge does get a 30-second.
Well, Krillin coming home in fourth. Fever holding on to fifth there.
Yep.
Wait, Buber still has a 10-second penalty.
Yes. So
what's going on there?
Yeah. So that'll be applied afterwards.
That's going to be after the race. Yeah. That's going to have to be, yeah.
So that's going to drop him down to P2 in the class.
Yeah.
Wow. Very, very interesting times. And I mean, this is going to set up the last race, which is obviously double points. So the winner will get 80 points in comparison to 70 points for second place.
Yeah, I mean, where are we going to race for the last one?
Have
for the
a
final.
look and see. It's Nürburgring, or it's the Nordschleife.
I mean, that is the most prestigious track. It is a crown jewel to win.
Certainly
So
is.
whatever looking to close it out there definitely has their work cut out for them.
Absolutely. That was that's going to test. That's going to be very, very testing for even the best drivers that we have. But an absolute amazing race. We'll see if there's anyone wanting to speak to us. If not, we will call it there. But I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for keeping us company. A huge congratulations to David for outstanding commentary tonight. He's managed to keep me right many times as well, so it's always good to have someone who's an adult. Man, yeah, it was a good race. Yeah, it was. You know, there was 5 penalties handed out in that entire 1 hour race. I really enjoyed it. What did you think of it, David?
I think it was a pretty good race. We had a lot of moments, like battle throughout the whole race, and I'll be honest, it does very much honor the name of a sprint. There was
Yes.
never 2 seconds where you could just breathe or like wait. There was always something happening.
60 minutes just went in like 10 minutes. Genuinely feels like we were only on the lap 2 or 3 after that. So, yeah.
Definitely giving Le Mans a run for its money.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, nobody's wanting to speak to us, which is fine. We don't mind. It means you can all go back to Le Mans, and I know David will be switching back to Le Mans straight after this. So,
Of course, I have to commentate there as well.
He has to commentate. He's a busy guy, you know. So, yeah, so I will say thank you very much to everyone who's watched. Thank you to Toon Death again for the follow on Twitch. And I'm going to let my colleague here say goodnight to you.
Yeah, in that case, good night. Have fun watching Le Mans. And if not, well, just enjoy the rest of your night and the rest of your weekend. Au revoir.
See you later. Bye bye.